thank you all for being here today as we celebrate our 60th anniversary with our first sister city, Yokosuka, Japan. I'm Mirza Pearson, Sister City Committee member and your Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Without further delay, I introduce our Honorable Mayor, Mayor Paula Guajardo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Konnichiwa. I am Mayor Paulette Guajardo, and I would like to welcome and thank everyone for being here today. This is a very special day. It's a historical day for many today. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize some guests that are joining us. We have our Director of Intergovernmental Relations, Tammy Embry, with us today. Yes. Sister City Committee President, Melody Cooper. U.S. Naval Representative Executive Officer, Commander Rudy Hawkins. We have Luis Buenteo with Congressman Cloud's office with us today. There he is. Miguel Rivera with State Senator Chuy Hinojosa's office. Miguel, welcome. Bella Huerta and Christi Romeros with Chairman Todd Hunter's office. Ladies. And we have Cindy Gonzalez and Mo Jenkins with Representative Abel Herrero's office with us today as well. Thank you, ladies. Also joining us, we have Richard Hafmeister, and we have Nicholas Medina, President of the Texas State Museum of Asian Cultures. So I'm delighted today to present a new photographic exhibit at the Corpus Christi International Airport entitled Yokosuka, Japan, 60 Years of Sisters Cities Friendship, to celebrate the 60th anniversary as sister cities between Corpus Christi, Texas, and Yokosuka, Japan. So what began as an effort to foster bonds between countries by President Eisenhower in 1956 has now become a global voice for cultural awareness, for friendship, and strengthening of international ties. We are so proud today to be a sister city of Yokosuka, Japan. Both our cities share a strong naval history, and we very much look forward to many more years of friendship. So I would like to now introduce Tammy Embry, who will tell us a little bit more about the exhibit itself. Tammy.
Good afternoon. I'm Director of Intergovernmental Relations, Tammy Embry, and I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. This exhibit is a culmination of hard work between not only the sister city committees of Corpus Christi and Yokosuka, Japan, but also between our naval bases in our two cities. We owe additional thanks to the Texas State Museum of Asian Cultures for logistical support. This project was originally intended as a live collaboration, which would have entailed exchanging delegations between the two cities. But as we all know, COVID-19 has had other plans for us for the last couple of years. Nonetheless, this project has proceeded remotely with an array of events, including a social media campaign during the Sea Legs Challenge in May, video greetings exchanged between the two mayors of our cities, and culminating in this photographic exhibit exchange, which will be displayed simultaneously in each city. And I would like to now recognize Melody Cooper, President of the Sister City of Corpus Christi, for further remarks.
Good afternoon. I'm Melody Cooper, City Sister Committee President, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our photographic exhibit entitled Yokosuka, Japan, 60 Years of Cities Friendship. Our cities have so much in common. We are both coastal cities and are both homes to naval bases. Indeed, it was a naval connection that forged our original Sister City Association, which is a strong bond between us for over 60 years. We have so many people to thank for the organization and execution of this wonderful exhibit. Of course, the City of Corpus Christi, our wonderful Mayor Paulette Guajardo and our City Council, the Corpus Christi International Airport and Department of Aviation, our Corpus Christi Sister City Committee, and I'd like to recognize some members. Wes Horn, if you can just wave for us. Elmira Flores, Art Wallace, Adria Vasquez, And Mirza Marley, who I must point out has been the driving force behind this exhibit today. I know she didn't want me to mention it, but she basically single-handedly put this together, along with Val Harbavalik, who is not here today. She was unable to make it, but they put this together, and we are very, very, very proud of your work being done. We, of course, want to thank the City of Yokosuka, Japan, Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, and the Commander of Fleet Activities of Yokosuka. Also, our local photographers whose work is currently on display in Yokosuka. And we have some presentations to them at this time. William Russell Selman. Joseph T. Garcia. And Joseph Hurd. They've done a marvelous job in our They've done a marvelous job, and their beautiful works are on display in Yokosuka. And finally, the Yokosuka Media Library, whose beautiful work makes up the bulk of this exhibition. Now let me hand over to U.S. Naval Representative Executive Officer Commander Rudy Hawkins.
Good afternoon, Mayor, our City Manager, distinguished visitors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Commander Rudy Hawkins, the Executive Officer for Naval Air Station Corpus Christi. Thank you for having me here today. Captain Jurika, the commanding officer, sends his regrets. Unfortunately, he's on leave this week with his family, so he wishes you all well. I want to take you a brief moment to explain my experiences with Yokosuka and Corpus Christi, as well as thank you all for your hospitality. The first time I visited Yokosuka, Japan, I was 21 years old. I was a midshipman. That was back in 2001. I had no idea that the Navy's plan was to send me to Japan. In fact, it was my first experience leaving the country. Took a flight from DC to Sydney, Australia. We met up with the USS Blue Ridge, which is the 7th Fleet Command ship, which was stationed in Yokosuka at the time. And we had the opportunity to visit Australia, Saipan, as well as Yokosuka. So joining the Navy gave me the opportunity to see the world, so I'm very thankful for that. I got to experience cultures that I probably would not have been able to experience had I not joined the Navy. I remember Yokosuka very well. We pulled in the afternoon, one weekday, and unfortunately the Navy told me I had 24 hours to spend in Yokosuka before I had to fly back to the States for summer training at the Naval Academy. So what do you think a 21-year-old does with 24 hours in a foreign port? Yeah, you pretty much just go, all out and don't sleep at all. So literally, I don't think I slept that 24-hour period. But it was nice. I had a 14-hour flight back to the States, so we got caught up there. My wife had the opportunity to visit me. Chris, she's in the crowd here. On my third deployment on the USS Ronald Reagan, it was actually stationed out of San Diego at the time, but we visited Japan, and she was pregnant with our first child. So her doctor recommended that the only safe place for her to go in the Western Pacific was Japan, so we took advantage of that. Everybody was extremely courteous, helped her on the airline with her baggages, and somehow made it to where I was going ashore in Japan. And I was very surprised to see her there waiting for me. But that was very, very kind of the Japanese people for helping her get to where she needed to go. Corpus Christi has been just as courteous. In fact, I was a flight student here for the first time 19 years ago. My family and I have always felt welcomed here. Everyone really loves the military, which is, why I guess I was invited to this event. In fact, I love it when I drive to work in the morning, and we've had some traffic on our base in the morning, backing up, and it's funny, I listen to the radio, and we have no traffic in Corpus Christi, but we do going into the base. And I love it whenever I have to merge from NAS Drive, from Waldron Road. Folks just wave me on in, and no road rage incidents or anything like that. So that doesn't happen in all places of the country. So very, very thankful for that. In fact, I attended a Hooks game a few weeks ago, and there was standing ovation for all the active duty members and veterans in the crowd. So that doesn't happen everywhere in the country, and we're very much thankful for that, and we appreciate that very much. From military appreciation events with the Chamber of Commerce, the Navy Regatta, which is with the Corpus Christi Yacht Club coming up, and our Independence Day celebrations, we all feel very welcome, and that goes a long way. In fact, I was on a phone call with a 3-star admiral in DC this morning talking about some local issues, and he acknowledged that everybody here is very supportive of the military, and we very much appreciate that. So about 50% of all Navy aviators pass through NES Corpus Christi. And NES Kingsville on their way to their fleet squadrons. Most of the aviators that are trained here every year eventually get forward to forward deployed bases in Japan. Yokosuka and Corpus Christi are very different places, but the one thing that unites both cities is the United States Navy. So on behalf of NES Corpus Christi and the United States Navy, thank you for your courtesy and continued support. We cannot do what we do to uphold our shared values and ensure global security without the cities of Yokosuka, Japan, and Corpus Christi, Texas. So I thank you all for your hospitality. Thank you.
Hello, I am Katsuaki Kamichi, Mayor of Yokosuka. We are excited to celebrate the 60th anniversary of sister city relations with Corpus Christi. We thank you for the many cultural exchanges that have led to long-lasting friendships between our two cities. Surrounded by nature and beautiful coastlines, Yokosuka and Corpus Christi are common in many ways, including strong ties with the Navy. Here is Bernie Park. You can see a unique view of the Navy and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, Kaijo Jietai, together. Yokosuka shares a very close relationship with the Navy and the Kaijo Jietai. Please come visit us. We look forward to showing you around Yokosuka.
I'm Vice Admiral Inui, Commandant of Yokosuka District. Yokosuka is home to the Kaijo Jietai and the Japan Defense Academy. Many of our service members begin their JSDF journey in Yokosuka. For Yokosuka District, our mission is to support our fleet as they operate for national defense and regional security. We enjoy a strong relationship with the U.S. Navy, in particular with Commander Naval Force Japan and my counterpart, the Admiral Ratti. Hey, Ratti-san!
I'm Rear Admiral Carl Ratti, Commander Naval Forces Japan and Commander Navy Region Japan. With 568 acres, Commander Fleet Activities Yokosuka is the largest U.S. Navy installation outside the United States. Over 54 deployed tenant commands in Yokosuka support the Western Pacific Operating Forces, including the U.S. Navy's only permanently forward deployed aircraft carrier, USS Ronald Reagan. We hope you celebrate the 60th anniversary of Corpus Christi and Yokosuka's sister city relationship with us.
We are very fortunate, despite the distance and the obstacles with COVID, that even, with the traveling, and that we could still have this moment with our sister city. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our event. If I may have all the speakers gathered for the ribbon cutting.
The elected, yeah.
And the elected officials representatives, if you would join us as well.
All right, go ahead and get ready to cut. We count 3. 1, 2, 3, cut!